Hi, Cineflicks here. Today I'm going to explain a science fantasy film called Upside Down. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The movie starts as a voice narrates to us the rules of his planet, which has a dual gravity. In such a world, two planets are so close to each other that they block the sky. The people who live on the upper planet seem to be upside down for those on the lower planet. The rules of gravity apply to both the residents of both the planets. Hence, they cannot visit the other planet because the gravity of their own planet pulls them down. There are three fundamental laws. 1. All matters are pulled by only one gravity, that is the gravity of their planet of origin. 2. An object's weight can be offset using matter from the opposite world, called the inverse matter. And 3. After a few hours of contact with inverse matter, the contact matter burns. The upper world is called the up top, while the lower is called down below. The status of the two worlds are vastly different. The up top is highly developed and rich, while the down below is underdeveloped and poor. The up top extracts cheap oil from down below and sells them electricity at a very high price. They exploit down below's resources and prosper themselves. The people are strictly prohibited to come in contact with any person from the opposite planet. The altercation of this law might be punishable by death or imprisonment. The only legal contact the people of two planets can have is in the Trans World Company headquarters. It is a skyscraper joining the two worlds. People from the up top visit down below for tourism and novelties like dancing in the ceiling. But people from down below do not have such facilities. The voice that narrates this is the voice of a little child named Adam. Adam is a resident of down below. His parents died years ago in a transworld factory explosion that destroyed half of the city. So he lives in an orphanage. His only relative is his great aunt, Becky, who he visits on the weekends. Adam's only joy in life is airplanes and his aunt's flying pancakes. One day, when he is at Becky's, she tells him about her secret flying pancakes recipe. Her secret flying pancakes recipe uses pollen from pink bees. The pink bees collect their pollen from both worlds, which can only be found in the Sage Mountain. She also shows him a book that writes of the secrets of pink bees, and promises to hand it down to Adam when he grows up. One day, Becky sends Adam to collect the pollen from the mountain. He narrates that the day changes his life forever. He climbs higher than he has ever climbed and reaches the top. From there, he clearly sees the up top. Adam has a paper airplane in his hand that he throws to the up top. It flies and lands on the ground there. A beautiful girl finds it. Adam looks up at her, they both smile, and the rest is history. Cut to a few years later, Adam has now grown into a handsome teenager. He and the girl, Eden, have been friends ever since. They have been meeting at the same place every day since the last time. That day too, Adam waits for Eden at the top of the mountain. They meet, and Adam uses the second law of gravity to bring Eden down to him. He ties a top to her body and drags her down. The two run around the woods with Adam holding Eden in place, but suddenly, they hear gunshots. They hurry back to the hilltop. As Adam is sending Eden back to up top, the guards shoot him. The rope slips from his hands and Eden hits her head on the ground on up top. He watches her lying motionless on the ground as blood oozes from her head. Meanwhile, the guards take Adam, separate him from Becky and imprison him. They also burn down Becky's house. Cut to 10 years later. Adam is now a young adult working in a mechanics shop with his boss, Albert. He is experimenting on bee pollen to make an anti-gravity formula for anti-aging face cream. However, the formula only works for a few seconds. The equipment required to develop the formula further is only available up top. One day at work, he is surprised to see Eden on TV. He hasn't seen her since the incident. It turns out that she works in Transworld. Adam is over the moon to see her alive. He then starts working at Transworld, because they can provide him with resources needed to complete the formula of the face cream. Adam also plans to reunite with his childhood love there. On his first day at work in the Transworld, Adam is fascinated by the exclusive workplace. The skyscraper has several floors. The floors with A+ symbol are for the employees up top, while the ones with a minus are for employees from down below. Adam works in floor 0, which is the middle floor and has employees from both planets. The head of the establishment informs him about the rules of the workplace. According to him, Adam, being from down below, is fortunate to have gotten a prestigious job at Transworld. Lastly, he informs Adam that if he steals any kind of inverse matter from up top, he will be fired and jailed. Another worker provides Adam with an inverse matter and advises him to keep it in the refrigerator so it doesn't burn. After work, Adam goes back to Albert's, who is mad at him for going to Transworld, claiming that people from up top are evil. Albert is scared that Adam might get himself killed trying to work for Transworld. But after a little convincing from Adam, he agrees to help him. Meanwhile, Eden is in a self-help group where we get to know that she has lost all her memory before the accident. She doesn't remember Adam at all. One day at work, Adam asks his colleague from up top named Bob to link him with Eden. Bob agrees. That night, Adam, Albert, and their friend Pablo are together. Pablo questions Adam if all this is really worth it. He fears that Eden would no longer want to associate with Adam. But Adam insists that it is worth it. The following day at work, he provides Bob with rare stamps from down below as a gift. He starts working really hard on his face cream. After a few days, he presents the cream to the board from up top. He applies it to a dog's face, after which its face is lifted. The board is impressed and gives Adam more time to make the effect of the cream last longer. Adam works extra hours that day. After the office is empty, he climbs on a tool and calls the up-top receptionist from Bob's phone. He then makes an appointment to meet Eden as Bob. Later at Albert's shop, they make Adam a heavy suit made out of inverse matter to help him walk on up top. However, because of the third rule of gravity, the suit will start to burn after he has been on up top for a while. The following day, Adam wears the suit in a private room at work and disguises himself as an up-top employee. As soon as he wears the suit and the shoes, their weight offsets the weight of his body, making him able to walk on the ceiling. He then quickly rushes to the floor Eden works in. He is delighted to see her, but she doesn't recognize him. Her colleague informs Adam of Eden's amnesia. Adam makes an excuse of him coming to see Eden, because his face cream might interest her. He tries telling things from his childhood in hopes of making her remember him, but she just laughs. Then, his suit starts to burn. Adam rushes to the bathroom and tries to reduce the pain with water. When he pees, it drops to the ceiling. The pee goes into the smoke detector. Just then, an alarm goes off, and Adam is chased by officials, but manages to run away. Later that night, Pablo and Albert apply ointment to his burns. Pablo is still skeptical of Eden. The next day at work, an alarm goes off. The board then announces the name of a few employees to be fired. Bob's name is also in the list. After everyone leaves, Bob and Adam have a chat. Adam feels sorry for Bob. Before leaving, Bob gives him a box with his key card and ID, so that Adam can exit the Transworld building to enter the up-top area if he wants to. Adam is alone when he receives a call on Bob's phone. It is Eden. She is surprised that Adam didn't come back after leaving the previous day, and wants to meet him. Adam is over the moon, and agrees to meet her in a restaurant. He goes to a private room, and wears the suit again to disguise as an up-top employee. Then, using Bob's card, he exits the Transworld building, and enters the real up-top for the first time. As he looks around, he is amazed. Then he goes to see Eden in the restaurant. Adam tries to make her remember him, which makes Eden uncomfortable. She is about to leave, but Adam convinces her to stay. They chat for a while, after which, Adam's shoes start to burn. He has to get back to down below as fast as he can. The two come out of the restaurant and plan another date the next day. Adam's shoe lights on fire, so he hurries to a nearby sea and jumps on it. As soon as his shoes fall off, he is dropped onto down below and lands on another sea. Adam finally reaches home but has a cold. That night, Eden dreams of Adam and her. She is starting to gain her memory back. The following day at work, Adam's face cream's formula is complete. He presents it to the board members in an auditorium. An old woman sits beside Adam. He applies the cream to her face and it is immediately lifted. The board members clap for him. Just then, Eden enters the auditorium. She notices Adam and is surprised to see that he is from down below. She calls him Bob in front of everyone, but Adam tells her she might be mistaken and that his name is Adam. Confused, Eden runs away from there. After the meeting is over, Adam rushes to the up top in his suit. He goes running, searching for Eden. However, she exits the building before Adam can catch her. Adam uses Bob's card, but it doesn't work this time as Bob has been fired. Seeing that his cover is blown, Adam runs away as the guard chases him. He manages to escape but doesn't have a way to go back down below. Unable to find Eden, he goes to Bob's house to ask for help. Bob is surprised but welcomes him wholeheartedly. Adam sits on his ceiling when Bob hands him a suit he designed to bring Adam down. This suit is designed in such a way that it will not get burnt, even after long contact with inverse matters. Then, Adam shows him the magic of pink pollen. He mixes liquid from both the planets and creates a floating substance that resists the gravity of both the planets. Bob is scared that the Transworld has the formula and will use it to their profit. But Adam reveals that he never told the people from Transworld about the secret ingredient, the pink pollen. The company cannot manufacture the face-lifting cream without him. Wearing Bob's suit, Adam goes back to the restaurant he met Eden in. He goes to talk to her and surprisingly, she is glad to see him. She tells him that she is starting to remember bits and pieces of their childhood together. The two finally kiss. However, the border police arrive there and the two have to separate. Adam runs away and somehow gets back down below. The police are still searching for him. His escape has made the headlines. Back down, he climbs up the Sage Mountain and waits for Eden to come. She finally arrives. The two float mid-air and kiss. The two are now in up top together when a group of soldiers come looking for them. The two try to run away, but at the end, Adam falls to down below, while Eden is arrested by the guards. Adam lands on a tree and is saved from the impact because of the inverse matter suit. As Adam walks on the streets of down below, he is kidnapped by two men. They tell him that they are willing to drop the charges against Eden if Adam gives them the formula of the face cream. He is then thrown out of the car. Adam now believes that he will never see Eden again and goes back to his normal life. Meanwhile, up top, Bob experiments with the formula Adam had shown him and finds out that they can adverse the effect of gravity with it, so the people from up top can walk on down below. The following day, Eden visits Bob asking him for help. Later that day, Adam is in Albert's shop when suddenly, Bob arrives there. Adam is surprised and asks him how it is possible. Bob can actually float in air using Adam's formula. He shows him he can stay down without the help of the opposite matter accoutrements. He has perfected Adam's formula, so that any matter can counter-affect the gravity of either world. Bob also tells him he had purchased the beauty cream patent before Transworld could, then tells Adam he has a date. Soon, Eden finds him in the down world, and tells him she's pregnant with his baby, resulting in her ability to stay free in both worlds. Many years later, towering skyscrapers are seen on both sides, showing that both sides have become prosperous, as well as children from both sides interacting through basketball. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.